A demonstration in downtown turns nasty as fear mounts over cuts to social welfare plans. Welcome to A Bloke in Buenos Aires, presenting news and views in English from the capital of Argentina. Please feel free to like, subscribe and leave a comment. Well, on Wednesday it all kicked off with a big riot in downtown. The confrontation between police and demonstrators that everyone's been waiting for. Back in December, shortly after taking office, and in anticipation of such demonstrations, Milei and Security Minister Bullrich announced their new policing protocol to deal with just these types of eventualities. The idea being to let people hold their demos, but within strict limits of behaviour. Since then, there have been regular marches, mostly with the two sides staring each other out and a few scuffles, but nothing getting too out of hand. On Wednesday, demonstrators and piqueteros blocked 9 de Julio Avenue, and by doing so they crossed a big red line. The policing protocol says that demonstrations are okay as long as people not involved are allowed to go about their business unmolested. That means no blocking of public transport, buses, trains or subway, and no cutting transport routes to stop traffic. If the demonstrators do so, then security forces will use whatever means necessary to unblock the streets. So the demonstrators blocked the avenue for a while, and the riot police moved in to clear them away, backed by water cannon, rubber bullets and tear gas. The hardcore piqueteros returned by smashing paving stones and throwing rocks and sticks at the police. A car was set on fire and arrests were made. Later in the day, it was announced that those found to be taking part in blocking roads would have their social welfare plans stopped. This is in line with various consequences for rioters outlined in the protocol. So why did this riot even happen? Who are the demonstrators and what do they want? Inevitably, it's complicated. There are a lot of poor people in Argentina. Official figures say that more than 40% of the population live below the poverty line, and the numbers are growing. To be fair, this isn't the fault of President Milei and the current government. Rather, it's mostly a legacy of previous administrations. To alleviate this situation, there is a system of very generous welfare support plans, which costs the state a lot of money and is arguably a disincentive to finding work. This support money from the government has traditionally been managed and distributed via large social movements which function like unions for the poor. It is alleged, and widely believed, that these intermediary organisations skim off quite a lot of money from which the leaders make a nice living and then selectively distribute the rest to politically manipulate those who actually need the assistance. Milei has said on many occasions that he wants these intermediary organisations removed and welfare support given directly to the people who really need it, which seems fair enough. The task of sorting this out is in the hands of the Ministry of Human Capital, headed by Sandro Petovejo, which has already been quick to shut down established systems of assistance, but rather slow when it comes to putting in place replacement structures. An example being food distribution for soup kitchens, again managed by the same intermediary organisations, which was stopped in December, and 4 months later still nothing has been set up to fill the gap. Soup kitchens are now relying on charity donations or simply turning hungry people away. The social movements and organisations present themselves as guardians of the most needy in society against the ravages of evil and avaricious governments, and to many of their members it probably seems that way. I'm sure that many of these movements began with exactly those good intentions, but that was a long time ago. Obviously, those who today run these intermediary social organisations are quite happy with the gravy train they've been riding for many years, and they're not going to let it slip away without a fight. So on Wednesday, they used their grip on the purse strings and a good amount of fear-mongering to encourage a large crowd to swell the ranks of the demonstration. There's a good amount of lies and disinformation from both sides, and at the end of the day, the truth of the situation may be simply whatever you choose to believe. Thanks for watching. If you like the video, please give it a like and subscribe to see more similar content. And if you want to support the channel, you could buy me a coffee in the link below. And until next time, que tengas un buen día.